Little ass boys piss me the fuck off. Tell me why I just had to break up with bro.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
We don't care.
Because he can't do the bare minimum. Here's your little story time. So boom, me and bro get together, everything going good, and then he switch up. Like every dude, they just switch up once they.
Don't try to place every man in this one bubble of we switch up just because you had an encounter with a man that you don't personally like. And we all know what type of man she chose.
I think they got you, they switch up like that. See, mind you, I'm the type of person, as soon as I see that switch up, I start matching energy. So he was barely texting me, barely calling me. So I said, bet, we're gonna see who texts first now. Because I was texting him first since February 3rd. I finally realized that around like February 10th. I was like, damn, I'm always reaching out first. I don't like that shit. I said, so let's see how long it's gonna take for him to reach out to me first. He wanna text me, what the fuck? You ain't texted me all day. I said, oh, neither have you. Fuck. So then he wanna try to get in a little argument with me. I'm like, I'm not arguing with you. Like, I match energy. So if you don't like the way I'm acting, then change your act, because all I'm gonna do is match your energy. He got mad and hugged the phone up. I said, cool, because I was mad too. I didn't want to even talk to him. But he did say that he wanted me to call him in the morning time because I didn't want to talk to him last night because, like I said, I was mad. So he was like, call me in the morning. Like, please, just call me in the morning. I said, okay, I'll call you in the morning. Just text me when you're awake. You think he texted me? Bro didn't even text or call me until 6:30 in the afternoon. And he called me while I was at a church function too. I answered, I'm like, hello, can I call you back? He said no. I said, well, yeah, I'm gonna have to call you back because I'm really busy right now. Like, mind you, you could hear the lady talking in the mic. Like, I know he could hear it on the phone. So boom, I get home around like 8:30 and I call him. He was like, I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm dealing with some stuff right now. And right then and there, I was done. And let me tell you why. Few days ago, I told him, I was like, I don't like that you do not call me or you do not text me. Like, you barely call or text me anymore. He's like, oh, I've been busy. You know, I've been getting my sales in. Because he's okay, cool, get your sales in, but just tell me, like, hey, I'm busy, or hey, I'ma be busy. It's not hard to send a text message. You can text all your customers, but you can't text me. Then also, he was supposed to see me on Valentine's Day, and bro didn't even call or text.
Don't you just hate when a girl says or calls you bro? Like, what the hell?
Me that night. Like, literally, we were supposed to see each other that night. Because it's Valentine's Day, and he didn't even see me. And he didn't even ask me to be his Valentine neither. And like, us females, if you a female and you get it, you get it. If you don't, I don't give a fuck. But you supposed to ask, like, together or not. I had to literally remind him. Well, not necessarily remind, but I had to ask him. I was like, what are you doing Friday? He was like, work, why? I was like, oh, no reason. He was like, obviously there's a reason if you're asking me, so what's the reason? I was like, well, you know Friday's a special day, right? He was like, girl, I do know that. I'm gonna come see you Friday. He had me all happy and excited. Bro didn't even see me, text me, call me that night, nothing. And I stayed up till like at least 2 in the morning just to maybe for him to call me. And he didn't. He did not. So I broke up with bro. Cause there's plenty of other guys out there in the world, ladies, that will do you right. And I know that for 100%. So I was done. I didn't want to keep dealing with that. Like, I literally texted him. Ain't gonna lie, you got that. We done. And I texted him that like an hour ago, and I'm pretty sure he ain't even opened it yet. So yeah, ladies, be safe and find somebody that actually treats you right and not leave you hanging on Valentine's Day.
All right, so we just went through all that. And yeah, I can tell what type of guys she likes. We all can tell what the type of guy she likes. All this bro, all this finding a good guy, it's not gonna happen. You like a type of guy, and that's just the way it is. You're gonna always run into these problems. And also, don't you hate it when girls act like men? Even worse, ghetto gangster type men. It's actually my biggest turnoff. Let's reverse it. Imagine I start talking and behaving like a girl. Would women like that? No, they wouldn't. They would call me sassy or gay and laugh me right out the building. But for some reason, women do this all the time. They even get championed for it by other women too. Why is it the standard that men have to be men all the time, but women can do anything they want? I'm not advocating for putting on a dress or wear makeup, What I'm trying to say is, why can't women just act like women? Why can't women be held to the standard of being a lady? What's so difficult about that? Maybe because the standard of being a lady is too much for them to achieve? She complains about the dude she's talking about, but we all know she likes Pookie. Because women that act like men end up with weak men. Because strong men don't want to date themselves. Yeah? Let's take a look at the comment section. This generation is full of little boys. But like, do you not see her behavior? She acts like a man. Your accent scratched my brain. Right. It's pretty much a fake ghetto accent. So I love her accent. Why are you talking like that? That's what you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you talking like that? I don't care even if you're from the hood. You should know better. Oh, neither have you. I'm dead. Wait, what's his job, y'all? I'm slow. It's probably just a drug dealer. She had to whisper it, right? Come on. I don't know how you have any sense in your brain to go on TikTok and try to explain all men when you described a loser type guy. It doesn't make sense to me. On to the next.
I'm gonna start talking, because if I don't start talking, I'm gonna go crazy because I'm alone in this house. You know what? Today my boyfriend broke up with me.
Talo. Sorry.
Broke up with me. And you know what I did? I just looked at him. I said, okay, that's your decision. I respect that. And you know what I did? I got up, went to Walmart, bought a suitcase, came back, packed my things, looked at him. I said, I'm going to go buy a car. Look on this man's face. He was shocked. He didn't expect this. I'm like, I'm going to go buy a car. 3 hours later, I come back. He wasn't there. Packed all my things up into this car. And he got back as soon as I was done packing. He walked in that house. I know he saw the car. I saw him from when we saw that car. The look on his face. Honestly, I was surprised. He looked upset. And I looked at him. I said, I'm done packing. And he goes, okay. And I said, okay, bye. And I walked out. And it was the first time in my life that I never got to say my last words. Because usually they're really petty and spiteful, and that's why. But guys, I can't. What did Steve Harvey say? Never let a man tell you he don't want you twice, or something like that. Like, really? Like, you're sitting there, looking me in the eye, in the place that we lived together, on the couch we picked out, and the blankets we picked out, and the wall color that we picked out, and you're telling me you think we should separate. Like, oh, okay. Like, I don't have anything to say. I respect you telling me the truth, but all I can say is okay and leave. I'm not going to sit there and beg someone to choose me. I used to be that way, not anymore. I know my worth, and my guy friend was like, wow, like, you walked out on him. Like, you didn't even fight. Fight for what? Like, what? I'm not going to lose any more dignity. I'm going to fight for someone to, want to be with me and want to live up to my standards. You don't live up to my standards, it's fine. That's okay. Go find someone with lower standards. There's plenty of girls out there who will be with you just for your money and have no standards. Like, I have standards. Like, okay? So, I don't know. Now I got a new car.
Okay. So a couple of things I observed from her rant, basically. She's stating that her boyfriend broke up with her suddenly and out of nowhere, but she knows why, Usually guys don't break up with girls. So something about this girl here rubbed him the wrong way. She might be a little annoying. She might not cater to a man. And also, I think she might be an influencer of some sort on TikTok. She has a pretty big following. So, those type of women tend not to cater to men, from what I can tell. Second thing I have to observe is she said that she didn't fully crash out, but she crashed out just a little. She could have keyed his car or spit and slapped him or caused a commotion to the point where the cops are called. No, she didn't do nothing like that, but she chose to crash out on TikTok. Women preach all day about emotional intelligence, but when faced with pressure, they tend to crash out. Should they get a pass because they're emotional beings? I don't think so. Because they pick and choose when to crash out and who to crash out on. If she gets fired by her job, she'll pack her things up and leave the premises without incident. But on the other side of the coin, she'll defame you on TikTok if you break up with her. Always remember, guys, she knows what she's doing. Take a look at the comment section. This is exactly how you handle a breakup. I promise you, destroyed his ego. No, I don't think so. Because he broke up with her and something about her rubs him the wrong way. If she was providing a whole bunch of love and care and she was submissive, he wouldn't leave. But something about her rubbed him the wrong way. I think it's her attitude. I think the buying a car thing impresses me the most. What is the buying of the car doesn't even make any sense to me. What does that have to do with him? What were you trying to do? Stun on him? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, yeah, you bought a car. I guess you're gonna have to drive away some. But the buying the car part of the story doesn't make no sense to me. You could have just left it out. I need to redo my breakup. LOL. I guess that means she wants to get her last word in. Maybe she didn't crash out hard enough. On to the next.
No one talks about the dark side of being an attention whore, especially as the president of the Attention Whore Association. I have big shoes to fill.
Okay.
And I'm struggling, especially during right now, we're suffering from a time of attention drought. It's honestly comparable to being a phoenix, and I can literally feel myself and my body withering away into ashes and floating off into the wind. I'm gone, literally. And I know the only way to be reborn and to cure myself is to force myself to be the center of attention in a public situation. So here are the options. I can wear high heels to class tomorrow or my floor length furry coat. Let me know. No one talks about the dark side of...
Okay, so we have a girl here talking about attention and the need for it. Attention's a woman's currency. Some women value attention more than others, but all women value it. That's why I laugh when women say, I'm okay dying alone. Or I put on this makeup and fancy dress for me. To me, it's all a lie. Men seek attention too, but we do it with an intention of getting attention from women. Women crave attention from anything and everybody. For instance, a lot of black men say we don't like weave, but they don't care what we think. As long as they're getting attention from other women that they compete with, they won't be giving up the wigs anytime soon. Or fake butts, fake nails, fake lashes. It's all for attention. You can protect and provide all day long for her, but if you're not present, it doesn't matter. Look at the dudes that go and join the army and come back to a cheating wife. Attention should be earned though. Giving away something that valuable can easily be taken for granted. Let's take a look at the comment section. Olivia Rodrigo using your audio. I don't understand. I remember Tinkerbell almost dying because of attention drought. Yeah, because women need it, or definitely more than men. So you isolating yourself or squaring off men is only going to hurt yourself. Definitely fur coat. It'll give mysterious baddie. Yeah, man. Every dress, every look they have, it's all for a certain kind of attention. Sometimes they prioritize male attention, sometimes they don't, but attention is the priority. On to the next.
Manifest my own destiny. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, the perfect recipe. May they remember me, my words will live on. I'm guided by an energy, a flame, hold it close to you. Check out my melodies. Is it the media that's been leading you? I'll show you a thing. Misdirection was the message, they don't want you to win.